is up, buds? Welcome to WeeDnD, the hot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClanahan, but my buds call me Bam. It is so good to be back, guys. Holy crap. Honestly, this is just the best freaking thing ever. I get to see some of my favorite human beings. I get to play my favorite game in the world. And I get to see all you fantastic buds and just be a part of this wonderful thing. So thank you to all you wonderful people for showing up and just supporting this thing. It's been quite a journey here, and we're getting toward the latter steps of it now. And holy crap, what a journey it has been. We've got a lot of stuff going on this end. I finally got the edit of the live show pretty much worked out, so that'll be getting posted onto the the Art Hard Studios YouTube channel here shortly. All of our sessions, this will be 70, but the other 69 can be found over at youtube.com/Art Hard Studios. Be sure to catch up with all our buds. We're all over the place. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're even on Reddit, although I don't know how long that'll last. But we're all over the place. Typically, it's Art Hard Studios. We have the WeeDnD Hub group on Facebook, which is growing rapidly. This channel itself we're right almost 1,500 followers, guys. So holy crap, we might even hit it tonight. Who knows? It's a wild and crazy time. We got a lot of stuff to do, but honestly, the greatest thing we have to do is play Dungeons and Dragons. And in order to do so, I got to pass this joint here through the magical fibers of the interwebs to my dear and wonderful friend, Brenna Folger. Hey, Brenna. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great, fam. I love you guys so much. I love you, buds, so much. I'm excited to be here. Prince Brunor, the serpent slayer, the shadow dragon slayer, the game player, shot caller. All right, so anyways, I'm really excited to play. I can't wait to get going. I was thinking about my favorite Sunday comics, like comics that I would read on Sunday. And you know what? I fucking loved Foxtrot. That family was crazy. There was a lot of shit going on there. They were silly, and they were like a little bit like on the edge. Like they would like get kind of edgy, a little tongue in cheeky. I like to be some Foxtrot reading Sunday comics on a Sunday morning. How about you, Abby?
Ooh, what a good question. Just like right off the dome, I gotta say, I always clicked with Kathy. She's a lady who knows what she wants. She's a woman who loves her snacks, I think I gotta go with Kathy. And I think she really inspired a lot of the ways that I live my life now. So shout out to Kathy. But I'm Abby Dandy, better known as Tynna Smoothhands, level 11 halfling cleric around these parts. And you know what? I'm just ready to get right into it. So tell me about them Sunday comics, Drewby.
Oh, thanks, baby. What up, y'all? Drew, Thoricus the Dwarf, favorite Sunday comic, classic, Calvin and Hobbes, bro. That's where it was at. I would buy the books that they came out with all the comics in it, and then I just read them while I was taking a You know what? It's not important what I was doing. But yeah, what is important is that we're all here having a fucking awesome time, and I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptively apologize to everyone. I'm about to fuck y'all up. I'm just saying, it's gonna happen. This is the one time I'm just gonna roll super hot and just put you down.
The one time?
Well, no, I mean against them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Thoricus over here.
Shut up. No, you're the one. Jake. Hey, buddy. I love you. So now it's your turn. Okay, bye.
Thanks, man. Thank you, best friend. Oh, and best friend, same fucking answer, man. Same shit taking, same reading, except I did go in reverse. I got the book as a gift as a kid, the Calvin and Hobbes compendium. And then when I saw it in the paper, I'm like, they do more every week. So either way, I was a happy little child. Anyway, this happy child is Jake Taylor playing Real Arthurvan, the level 11 arcane trickster rogue revenant. Yeah, I already answered my question, and I'm just stoked to be here. Fuck, guys, let's do this. I got my bean brother up here who's going to send us home. What's going on, guys?
Oh, thank you very much, Wake and Jake. That's right. I am your boy, Gus Two Blunts Langley, and I will be playing Divid, your resident revenant bard warlock. He was a bard, now he's a warlock. He's doing it for death. If I had to think about what my favorite comic strip was, I'd probably have to go with the obituaries because that shit fucking kills. Back to you, Bam.
Ooh, I always get it back. Take that, internet. Take that. All right, guys. Favorite comic. All right. So I'm going to answer, but why is there always a caveat with my answer? I'm sorry, guys. But my answer, I always read the Spider-Man comic that was up in the newspaper. But here's something, while thinking about it, it was never like Spider-Man like fighting the bad guy or like beating up a bad dude. It was like journalist conversations, like, but where should we see him next? And it would be like 3 panels of nothing, and then it would be like, tune in next week for Spider-Man. So yes, I read it. I don't remember enjoying it, but I'd be like, that's Spider-Man, yay! Even though I was basically watching like 60 Minutes because it was just political. Like, this is what it's like to work in photography. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because I didn't get the newspaper, so maybe I just saw the off ones. But I honestly don't think I ever saw Spider-Man throw a punch in that comic book in my life. So anyway, oh my God, the new Spider-Man. I'm so very excited. But you know what else I'm excited for, guys? Playing fucking D&D with my 5 favorite human beings on the entire fucking planet. But in order to do that, we got us a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter, like this little orange one here. I went with my autumn colors. I got like a Reese's Pieces thing going on. Make sure we're not gonna light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire and go. Light us up. Let's play some fucking D&D.
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load a bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
Ooh. All right, guys. Ooh, if you will, please allow me to set the mood. I am ridiculous. When last we left the Ferocious Five, they battled within the tortured mind of Greylend Ferragor, the Fellsworn King. After setting ashore near the city of Radella, the 5 laid eyes upon the massive military encampment of the Fellsworn Kingdom. Its soldiers grew restless, and their anxious energies burst like a balloon when the 5 entered their camp. Narrowly avoiding an all-out brawl, Brunor spoke to the ruckus crowd and was able to pacify them for the time being. Thoricus Onyxheart heard the anvil strikes of Tynna, the elven blacksmith, who had forged a romance of sorts with the Stone Reaver, and to her weary arms, and he offered reprise to her weary arms. Thoricus called upon the ghostly crew of the Queen Anne. Rial, Tynna, Divot, and Brunor left the 2 to their reunion and met with Sumner Milton, who, after a touching reunion of his own with Rial, told the 5 that the King Ferragor had been trapped within his own dreams for weeks and begged of their assistance to perform a ritual by which to free his tortured mind. The 5 agreed and left their physical bodies, plunging deep into the King's nightmares. There, they saw Greylend on a bridge surrounded by a heavy mist, racked with indecision at how best to proceed, as his fears were fiercely stoked by the devil known as the Nightmare Shepard. In battle with this ferocious devil, the minds of Thoricus and Brunor were twisted, and now they turn upon their own allies, with fiery destruction burning in their eyes. In their eye. That's too much. It's just the one. We'll just do the one. All right, guys, we jump back in. You guys are still standing in the dream regions of the mind of Greylend Ferragor, Griever King, a man who currently sits standing at the middle of the bridge itself, surrounded by the bright, beautiful lavender-flowered trees to the west side of the bridge and the shadowy darkness of the void to the east. He stands in his long, dark purple leather jacket with flowing silver hair that falls over his body. His head currently is phasing. You see it, phasing in between many different realities as his own indecision is visualized almost in front of you as you see the twisted minds of Greylend battling for control over the core of this figure. Behind him currently stands Thoricus Onyxheart and Brunor, the serpent, burning red fire flaming out of their eyes. Now, if you guys recall, you were victim to the confusion spell of the Nightmare Shepard, but once that confusion was placed in your mind, these demons were able to enter, and now currently they're kind of handling the reins, if it were. You feel that intense fire burning within you, but you can do very little to move your own body. You know, it's almost like sleep paralysis. You're aware of what's going on, but what you're seeing and the reality of what's happening around you are not the same thing. You know, Brunor, you kind of turn. You've been going to blows against this other strange demon that stands on the bridge with you. You know, Thoricus at the time, but now you see as he just kind of dissolves away, and standing next to you is one of the great warriors of Elmiran legend, the great Tuna Hawk. You know, is what Brunor, what you see, like the statue of the great aquatic hero of legend that you saw within the temple of Elmira, or the castle of Elmira. And so you look, and it's suddenly, you know, this dream landscape. You watch as the mists around you start to like condensate, and it turns into a heavy dew, and suddenly you once again are underwater. You feel the great flow of the ocean waves beneath you, and you turn behind you to see, illuminated by this strange cloud kill spell that's kind of like glowing on the other side of the bridge, you see 3 figures caught within the shadows. As your mind kind of twists and contorts, you see the faces of Ulara, where Tynna stands, of Exonius, where Rial stands, and of your own father, where Divot stands. You see these kind of like dark, shadowy versions of themselves, and you watch as their actions, the things that they've done, are leading to this great invading army coming in and destroying your homeland and everyone you've ever loved. You watch as these aquatic figures start dropping to battles from arrows unseen, and you realize the only way for you to save Elmira is to take out these 3 people in front of you. We shift over to you, Thoricus, Onyxheart. You're standing, you know, on this bridge, and for a moment you smell this smell in the air. It's the hot burning sands of the kingdom of Kulmara. And for a moment you start looking around, and you watch as the trees shape into giant mountain ranges and the great hewn brown stone of the Kulmaran area. You see the great staircase. Now, Thoricus, you've been here before when the hag was giving you nightmares. That endless staircase that heads up. You know, not quite so endless this time, but standing atop the staircase, you know, you look up and you see these 3 figures as well. You see Lucille herself standing where Tynna stands, with dark shadows in her eyes, clearly having been corrupted by her now husband, Vegeta Shalefist, who stands where Rial stands. And off to the side of them, you see just kind of the shadowy glow of what Sithis looked like the only time you actually laid eyes on him when you were younger, when he killed Beckus, this kind of hurling shadow. You see these 3 coming at you, your kingdom behind you. You know, you feel ready to protect it at all costs. But what none of you see, save the 3 on the other side of the bridge, is the Nightmare Shepard looming behind you, pulling at the threads of your worst nightmares and fears, and feeding upon the fear that flows from your body. You hear him laughing in the background, although you can't place it, and it appears in all of your collective visions. The strange insectoid Mesoloth devil floating behind him, casting down arcane magics upon the blight of you. You know, you're standing there currently on the bridge. Brunor and Thoricus now turn. Rial, Tynna, and Divot, you all see, they're looking at you guys with intent for destruction. And with that, what do you do? It's gonna be it'll be our squishies. So Rial, Divot, Tynna, you're not a squishy, you wear full plate armor. But our casters, our 3 casters, it's your turn in initiative. We're gonna keep going with your guys' turn, their turn mechanic, just to keep it flowing. But yes, we shift to you guys. You know, there's this cloud of poisonous gas. Luckily, your armor prevents about half the damage from it, but you are in this thick cloud of poisonous gas that was hurled at you by the Mesoloth. You know, as what you can make out through the heavy mist of green that kind of floats all around you is the burning eyes of both Brunor and Thoricus, with a little bit of red burning hair from the Nightmare Shepard behind them. Greylend Ferragor does not look like he's engaged in this battle. I just want to make that clear because there's a lot of narrative stuff going on. So Greylend is not fighting against you, nor fighting for you, as it were. So yes, we jump back over to you guys. What do you do?
Well, so I'm the furthest away, and I want to not get any closer, but can I use my channel divinity to see if Shantia can inject some loving light energy and sense into Brunor and Thoricus?
All right, you might be. All right, so do you want to use? Are you trying to do the divine intervention? Are you like trying to actually reach?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what? That's a 10% chance, right?
I was looking for it.
I think so.
couldn't find
Yeah, I
it.
think it's 10%.
Okay.
You know what? That's powerful enough. I mean, we're
Okay.
talking about an actual god coming in here. So I'm gonna allow it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna do everything you want, but you're asking your goddess to come into this nightmare and help free the minds. I mean, you're asking the goddess, the Green Lady herself, who, you've recently just kind of, let's not say patched things up with, but you guys are sharing each other's benevolence once more. So yes, I'm gonna allow it. Go ahead and do, you could say if you want high or low, if you want 1 through 10, or what would that be, 91 through 100?
Okay, yeah, I roll a D100.
Yeah, and it would be a D100.
I guess I'll do high.
Right? That's how we do it around here.
Yeah, we do it
Oh
higher.
no!
Oh,
I think this is the second time, where the other one.
no. Okay.
All right, so. No, I like this.
So
Tynna.
I see them in the flames coming out of their eyes, and initially my instinct is to seek the protection for them of my goddess whose energy is so freely flowing through me again. And so I start praying almost in a meditative state, and Shantina's like, no. Shantina's like, no.
No, actually, I kind of like this. So, Tynna, you're sitting there, you're like, you start swelling with that glowing benevolence, and you almost like the pearl of your own mind, you see this ball of light reach up to the lady, and you see it just kind of shoot up into the void of nothingness. And then you see it start to return. You see a light in the sky as this ball starts coming back down to you. Of course, the lady would not turn you away. And just as the ball starts coming into light, you see the Nightmare Shepard. He takes that staff that he had and he just shoots a beam and it eviscerates the ball of light and just cuts it away. Now that's not a spell or anything, Tynna, so you still have your turn, unfortunately asking for your goddess to just come in and take care of this huge problem. Didn't work. So you see if the ball gets knocked away, it's like, this is the Nightmare Shepherd's realm. He has say over what comes and goes, except for the ritual where you guys kind of forced your way in. So he did stop your connection between you and the Green Lady, unfortunately. But you still have a full turn.
Okay, cool. Well, can I use that as my reaction or something and then let somebody else go first? Because that's all I have for right now.
So you could, if you want, all three of your turns are kind of happening at the same time. So you can have them go, and then we can just circle back if you have a spell or ability you want to use. If you want to wait to see if anybody takes damage to heal them, etc.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Cool.
But yeah, so you guys, Rial and Divot, you guys see this thing where she's calling up for the Green Lady. You've seen the Green Lady return to you before, and so even you guys are like, a little bit. And unfortunately, the Nightmare Shepherd blasts the ball away. But she's still caught up in her prayer ceremony and she's coming back to herself. Tynna will circle back to you after you guys. Rial, Divot, what do you guys want to do?
I see what she's trying to do, but I'm like, I don't know if we have time for that. And I reach out to my god instead, and I call up and try to hex this guy.
Sweet. Now you're hexing the Nightmare Shepherd himself, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's no save or anything on that, so your hex holds true. You see you paint that sigil in the air, and as you push your skeleton fingers forward, you just watch an impression of it shoot like a wave of magic. Poof! And as it passes through the demon's chest, you see that symbol emblazoned on his armor now. He's now hexed. Which ability score did you want to hex?
Wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
All right, so yeah, that lands true.
I think he takes necrotic damage whenever I hit it with an attack.
With anything, yeah. So basically you do an extra D6 anytime you hit him. It lasts for up to an hour. If he dies, you can then use I believe it's a bonus action. Yes, bonus action to pass that hex on to any other creature. There's also kind of a cool thing where you can, it doesn't say it has to stay up through the whole hour. So if you went to another encounter later and it was still in that hour frame, you could make the hex pop up on a new person. Very good spell. But yeah, all your spell attacks, anything, and if you have a beam that does 3 different attacks, each of those attacks gets an extra D6.
All right, well, check this. I hit him with the seal of approval, and then I bring down the lightning. I'll hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Nice. And that's an example. So Eldritch Blast, each of these beams will do an extra d6. So
These beams.
these beams. You mean these beams? Oh, these old beams.
So I'm actually looking at Rial the whole time I do this, though.
Yeah, Divot, just to make it kind of cool, you like bring your skeleton hand out and you capture with magic a few of the splintered pieces of the sphere that was decimated of Tynna's. So you see these little sprinkles floating around you, and you just kind of like move your skeleton hand and they start floating around your hand. And then you turn the failure and disappointment of your sister into a weapon against this demon. Is it 2 beams at this level, Divot?
Yeah.
No, you're level
least.
11 now, my friend. It is 3 beams. Oh, you mean these beams? I'm so sorry. All right. So yeah, give me one more. Go and just cast Eldritch Blast again, and we'll just do the each of these. You know, it rolls with advantage, so that's 2 beams. This first one will be your other beam. So 24, 27, and a 16. Are you? And you're shooting at the Nightmare Shepard. Is that correct?
Yes.
So he has an 18 AC. So 2 of those hit. You also do an additional 2d6. So, to be fair, the one that missed was your lowest damage. Oh, my boy. All right, so you did 26 plus 12 is 38 damage. Nice. Now, I'm going to do this correctly, Divot, because, actually, no, this is a good opportunity. Divot, make me an Arcana check. I want to see if you understand what happens here. So, Divot, you know how magic works. You saw him do this against Tynna, where he knocked the spell effect that she was using. A 2/2s! But you noticed that he had knocked the spell Bless out of her, and you're a caster of sorts, Divot. You're like, I'll do the same, and you send these 2 beams at him, kind of anticipating to end the confusion effect, the magic by which he's confusing the minds of your allies. Now, you didn't roll high enough to understand what or why, but you do know that it did not alter. You don't see the spell fizzle for a moment at the sight of the damage. You know what I mean? Like you don't see the magic's breaking down. So something's up.
This guy, and they're still fucked up.
Exactly, they're still messed up, and it's like maybe he passes. In the game conventions, he could have just passed his saving throws or whatever. But you realize that it's like it almost didn't. It didn't need to take that step. You watch the spell of the magic not follow the natural route that it has thus far.
All right, and for the end of my turn, I just want to yell at Brunor and Thoricus, like, wake up!
You shout out, you kind of, as you scream, the little void of magical cloud kill that's around you. That's also another point. Divot, do you want to end your turn in this, or are you going to move out of it?
I think I'm just gonna stay right where I am for now, because I don't want to be any closer to anybody.
Just so you know, because we hadn't really talked about that, it is heavily obscured, so it's like they can't shoot range stuff into here without disadvantage. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, you are going to continue taking damage from cloud kill, but you're also resistant to poison. So let me just bring that up real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't have that ready. So yes, you're still floating in this kind of yellow-green poison cloud that was hurled at you by the Mezzoloth. Here we go. Oh, if it starts your turn there. So I apologize, guys. You'll be doing this at the beginning of your turns. Make a Constitution saving throw, and I believe the DC on it was 17. Sorry, Drew. I remember you getting a 16. Oh. All right, so that's Divot there. Divot, you fail, so you're going to take the full. Let me just see how much it is here.
But then I take half because it's poison.
Correct. Yeah, you're going to take half. So you're going to take 15. Poison damage.
Okay.
And that's, yes. So that's at the beginning of your turn. Actually, let me just double check, because I just want to make sure that you don't have to breathe it, because you don't breathe.
That is a good point.
Oh, okay, cool. So this, yes, it's heavily obscured. Yeah, so shooting out of it, you should have disadvantage too. That's my bad. But just so you guys know, in the future, shooting from it, you'll have the same problem. So I'm gonna just let what happened happen so far. That's my bad for not catching that. But if you're shooting outside of the cloud to something outside of the cloud, you'll also have disadvantage.
Okay, I mean, I'm kind of like half in, half out with my token.
Yeah, you just like pop your hand out, like throw a couple Eldritch Blasties at him. But yeah, just so you guys know, you would probably want to move out of that if you're doing ranged attacks. Now you can move out and move back in. That's totally fine. That's all within your right. But just so you know. What a broken way to cheese the encounter. No, so perfect. Divot, you got anything else? That was a lot of damage. Again, like I said, he did take it, and he didn't have to. He didn't have to on the confusion spell effect for some reason. Again, your Arcana wasn't high enough. He did not. All right, so you got anything else, Divot?
Nope.
Real, what do you do?
Oh, no, especially because now that you brought this up, like the logistics of the cloud kill, I am gonna move out of it. I got super lucky with the evasion that I got off of this scot-free, but a rogue's luck is never guaranteed, so.
You still have mirror image too, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So there's like three other duplicates of you moving around right now. Super cool. And all of you, Thoricus and Brunor, in your illusions as well. It's like the NPC represented by Real. There's like 4 of them standing across in front of you. You see, you can't tell through the illusion.
And 4 Exoniuses.
They're all banging your sister.
I don't like that. That's exactly what I thought too, and I didn't like it. Didn't like it one bit.
Run, Tynna, run! Oh, I'm so sorry. All right.
Quit having sex with my sister! Leave her! Stop touching! Leave her alone! Stop it!
Real Brunor just screams at you to stop having sex with her sister.
Stop having sex with my sister!
Oh goodness.
That was it. Everyone in the five's like.
I'm not.
Did you? I didn't.
I did. I'm the DM and I did. Just your voice from the Skype, sorry. All right, Real, yes, so as Brunor screams to stop sleeping with her sister in front of you, you're in the cloud kill. It is the beginning of your turn, so you will have to make that con save. But we also determined, remember we went over it, mirror image does not get taken away by AoE effects. It used to. I think that was 3.5, I apologize. Sometimes you just get stuck on old editions. But that's way better, honestly. It's like, oh great, they casted Thunderwave and there goes my 2nd level spell slot.
No, right.
All right, so you also fail, Real.
Yeah.
And take 15 poison, which would be 7 total for you because you're resistant to poison. Not a bad idea, and obviously something I probably should have designed around when building this encounter. But it's I don't like penalizing you guys for having cool shit. I want your cool shit to work. Note to all DMs: let your players do their cool shit. It's fun. They want to do it. Just let them use the shit you gave them. All right. So dope. Yeah, Real. So you do take the little bit of damage from the. And mirror image is not concentration. That's something interesting about the spell, as far as I recall. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe so. I was an Eldritch Knight, so I casted it a lot, like just all the time. So yes, in fact, this one. Anyway, that's my Eldritch Knight right there. There's a little seed for you. There's a little secret surprise. Greylend Ferragor was my 20th level character. All right.
BAM expanded universe. I'm loving
Wow.
It's the BCU.
The lore.
it. Lore's rich. Lore's
The
deep.
lore is so deep.
Yo, just wait. Once you guys start DMing, you'll use every detail from this campaign. It's the Dungeons and Dragons way. You're all just playing 10 different campaigns that I've done already. All right, so you took the damage, Real, but it is still your turn.
Yes, I just keep losing track. It's like I'm high or something. But so first and foremost, Divot, did you like audibly yell or did you mind yell at the 2 of them?
Oh no, I yelled at them.
Oh, okay, so I'm catching your drift there, and I at least have like a 2-way like direct line to Thoricus's brain, even if it's a little scrambly eggs right now. I'm going to try and Sending Stone, like brain scream at him, like, best friend, behind you!
All right, so through the magic of the stones, you do hear it, Thoricus. But again, it's just that, the phantom noise of some voice that you certainly know, saying that behind you, something menacing is waiting. When you turn around, you just see the blazing, stained brown and red sands of the vast desert that stands before Kulmara. You look back, it's like hearing the voice of a friend far away. But as you turn, you suddenly see those little yellow burning eyes of the little tricksy spirits that float around the Nightmare Shepard. And it's almost as if it takes the reason from your mind and disappears, and you're still stuck in there. But that demon, again, Rial, you kind of notice, it's like that thing that went into his mind and the burning fire that's coming out of his eyes is certain there's some kind of magic effect there. He's keeping him trapped in there somehow.
I learned something there. And all right, it's worth a shot, yeah? And so I do want to try and get out of this cloud kill, and I wanted to ask you if I could run up one of these bridge pillars and kick off into this gorgeous pink and purple brush.
Heck yeah, you can. Are you gonna do a sweet backflip?
Only if I can shoot my bow at the Nightmare Shepard at the same time.
Of course, that's what makes you flip. All right, yeah, that's. You shoot, the tension from the bow shoots. Oh man, I'm fucking yes, yeah, heck yeah, you can. So you're gonna run up, peg off, and then you're trying to shoot the Nightmare Shepard himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, Divot did some work on him, and even if he's not the cause, like, I don't really fully understand what's controlling my friends, but he's the one who started it.
Actually, you know what? It would be after the attack, but you'll get to make an Arcana check, same as Divot did. All right, so go ahead, Rial. You run up the. You're not really doing anything outside of like your normal movement and stuff anyway. So there's not even an acrobatics check. You have reliable talent, so it's like you're at least gonna get like a 17. So you just jump up, and he's the oath bow of. It's the oath bow, correct? That you're using? Oath bow. Okay, cool. Big damage. Ooh, would have been a crit if you had advantage. All right. 16 AC is a miss.
Damn it.
You see, again, you kind of fire it, and as the arrow starts shooting at him, the same way that he turned invisible before, you just see the burning smile and the red piercing eyes as his body kind of just phases for a moment into the dream as your arrow goes through him. That was all just narration. You can't hit this guy. He just has a higher AC than you had. I just wanted to make that clear.
Oh, yeah.
So he's still there. He's still physical, but he did manage to miss you. The force of the bow flips you in the air and sends you backwards as you land amongst the shrubbery.
The shrubbery? Can I hide in one of those shrubberies? Would you allow me to hide?
Yeah. You can use your I'm forgetting the name of it. Your bonus action.
It's a cunning bonus action.
Cunning action. There you go.
19.
Let me just double check and make sure none of these guys are perceptive geniuses. Dude, this dude does have a high passive, but you beat it.
Yay.
That's crazy though. I think that's the highest passive perception I've seen on a creature.
Really?
That's dope. Anyway, we're getting to higher level stuff now. But yes. So you kind of like as you land, it's like as if you're hugged by the warm embrace of these lavender bushes that just kind of wrap around you, like and you're toasty warm. All right, so you hide. In fact, all 5 versions of you, or 4 versions of you, these illusionary duplicates, disappear. And you see Thoricus like looking at you like he's about to fight you, and you're like, bye, and you jump into a bush.
I know what best friend can do. I'm not sticking around for that.
All right, Tynna, we circle back. You see Rial disappear into the bushes beside you. His hide is actually so good, even you really can't see him. If you wanted to target him for a spell effect, I wouldn't mind. But it's back to you. You have your full round. Unfortunately, the words of the lady that were sent back to you were at least effectively used as Divot helped use the broken threads of magic to bombard the Nightmare Shepard. What do you do?
Yeah, so I leave my meditative state, and I want to leave this doom cloud.
It is the beginning. I'm sorry. Beginning of your turn. Make me a con save.
Oh, yeah.
It's my fault. I should be on top of that. Some of it's like when you end your turn, some of it's when you start your turn. It's a whole thing. All right, so you also take 15 poison, which is 7 poison damage.
Woo! Okay.
The only person that needs to breathe standing in Cloud Kill. The other two are like, man, I'm dead, kind of.
Whatever. So yeah, okay, I get affected by that, and I'm like, okay, I need to get out of here. Can I just scooch over a little bit on the left side here, kind of like tucking myself into the foliage?
Yes, you totally can.
Okay.
Now, you don't have the same ability as Rial to like hide, but you will have full cover because again, you're a little tiny thing. You're a little halfling.
I'm small.
So yeah, you just kind of like boop doop sit down
cool.
with
So
your legs
I
out.
duck out of there real quick, and I see this Nightmare Shepard guy, and he's not chill with me. He's not chill by any means. And
Zero
I
chill.
Still feel connected to the Green Lady, and I start noticing all the strange insects around here, and I remember another blessing that the Green Lady has bestowed upon me, and I cast Insect Plague on the Nightmare Shepherd.
Dope. Yeah, you're like looking around, you see the Mesloth, the little bug demon, and like these like small little moving, shifting leaves in the trees and stuff. So yeah, go ahead and hit me with it. You might be able to get both of them. I can't remember what the area of effect is on it.
I think it's like 300. Area of effect.
Yeah.
Check on that. 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, so you could actually hit the Mesloth too. You could also hit Thoricus and Brunor if you wanted to go that way. Like, you can make the call. But yeah, you can hit the Nightmare Shepherd and either the things in front of him or the things behind him.
Can I hit Brunor and Thoricus without damaging them? Like trying to scare them out of their stupor?
All right. You will. I know it's not one of your hot skills, but yes, you can. But in order to do it, Tynna, you're kind of looking at them. You know this isn't your friends. Your friends would never turn their blades on you. But you are going to have to beat a DC 15 Arcana check.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I've learned so much about Arcana from Rial.
That's true. Maybe it just rubbed off. You're like, remember when Rial was talking about like, man, wouldn't it be weird if our fighters both got possessed? This is what I would do in that situation.
Yeah, and we've been training that whole time. Oh no. Okay, I have a +0 to Arcana. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Oh, God, I love this fucking game. Ugh. Tynna!
I'll take it.
You do realize that the fires that are burning out of the edges of the eyes of both your allies are part of the physical manifestation of these devils that are in their minds. Almost as if they've left a way for you to hit them by burning out in the way that they've taken control of your allies. So what you can do as you send this swarm of insects, which I'm totally going to let you describe because it's amazing. You send it out. Oh man, with that crit Arcana, that's so funny. And I know you can't crit on skill checks, whatever. I'm excited and I hope you are too.
I was just happy about it.
So as you send this like wave of insects, let me just double check. I just want to make sure if it's persistent. I believe it is. Concentration. So they fill a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point that you choose. So at this point, you're kind of picking the point in the middle there. It spreads around corners. It remains. Oh, it does. It remains for the duration. So this will be a concentration effect.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Man, this is one of your big new spells. The sphere's area.
And I had Bless knocked off of me, so I'm not concentrating on that anymore.
Correct. Each creature in it must make a con saving throw. All right, so the good and the bad, Tynna. You're able to target the demon or the devils that are inside of them. They will have to be hit as well. You don't have finesse of this spell enough to be like, I'm gonna send like 10 little hornets right there and not, and so it's like, but you also know they're fighters and they have 1,000,000 hit points. Maybe that's hyperbole. So
possibly, not sure.
No, Thoricus has 1,000,000 hit points. But it will target not only your fighters, but through this Arcana pass, noticing the magic that are burning around them, you will also be able to purge these devils from within their mind and perhaps kill them if they fail their saving throws. So, you want to do that? I don't want to make the call for you, but is that how you want to play it? You basically would put it.
You mean kill Brunor and Thoricus?
Not kill them, but they would take damage.
Okay, yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it.
Kill them. At the end of this, it's just Tynna. She's like, I was the only good one. All right, sweet. So I'm gonna show these because these are pretty sweet. Let's do. Yeah, I'm gonna take off my GM blinder for this because this does affect quite a bit. DC 16 Constitution saving throws. So my two devils inside of them. Both of you guys make them as well, please. Brunor and Thoricus. Look at that! It's a green and it's a 20 and a 1. Whoa! Man, no, it was that we don't do both. Oh no, that's the bolt. See, this shit's working, guys. Crit hit for Brunor on that one. Thoricus, you pass right on the money. So you take half damage. It is piercing damage. And did it roll damage? It did. 17. So if you pass, you only take 8. But if you fail, you take 17. Here's my guys. So they get +1 to this, and they need a 16. So they need to roll 15 or better. Fail. Here's the one inside Thoricus. Fail. Here is the Nightmare Shepard, who I think has a higher, his con's +4. Da-da-da-da. Fail. They all fail. Yeah, you can't hit the Mesloth. All right, so Thoricus, Brunor, each of you standing, in your respective homelands, the nightmares of the fall of either of your respective kingdoms, echoing in your minds, these strange figures that appear to be your grievous enemies. Suddenly you hear. You just hear all these insects. Tynna, you killed both the little devils, so go ahead and paint this picture for me however you like, but they you do manage to drive the devils from them.
So at first the insects just look like all the flowers on the trees, and it just looks like the wind is rustling really quickly, and then it starts swirling and swirling, and then it's just kind of like the scene at the end of Indiana Jones when like the guy is all melted, just like completely like rotted to the bone. Fun.
Dope. Yes. So Thoricus in Kulmara, Brunor in Elmira, you hear that humming, the pressure of all these things as you see a swarm of insects flies into sight, and suddenly the pinpricks of devil eyes show up and appear, and you see them just torn to shreds by these just like swarm of hornets and little bugs that just eviscerated into their very bones. With that, the confusion is, well, wait, he still gets to make a saving throw, but the devils are dead. Here's his concentration. Oh! I am the dungeon master.
Next time, dungeon master.
You guys are still confused. But, all right, so I don't want to just tell you the D&D of it all, but the magical effect that seemed to be protecting that confusion from being broken is now gone. So it seemed like those devils made it where that concentration was much harder to remove than it normally would be. That was their magic effect. And by driving them out now, it's probably going to be pretty easy to break that spell effect. But...
yeah, it should be super easy after all those crit hits.
Yeah.
It'll be real
but
simple.
with that... it's their turn. No longer.
Wait, I still have a bonus action.
Yes,
can
you
I,
do.
Cure wounds myself real quick?
You can.
I'm at 19 hit points.
Actually, you can't because you casted a leveled spell.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
so you would only be able to cast a cantrip. You could, if you have a healing potion, you could drink it as a bonus action.
Oh, I do have a healing potion. Yeah, I'd like to drink.
Yeah, Divot handed them all out. So 2d4 plus 4 on that. Unless you use one of the big ones, which would be 4d4 plus 4.
I don't think
you guys
I'm
bought a bunch.
Carrying one of the big ones.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you said
I've got the big
2d4.
2d4 plus 4. So 8.
So 8. Okay. Okay.
And just so
then
you guys know,
get...
I do house rule that drinking your own potion, bonus action, administering it to somebody else is a full action.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Brunor, we shift to you. You know, you see the Kingdom of Elmira, really the only one standing before you that really poses any kind of threat is your father, standing half in the shade of poison and half outside. There he looms over you, you know, the old frayed hands that would slap you around and tell you, you were never taking anything seriously enough. Why couldn't you be more like your sister? You see this bastardized version of your father through the illusion in front of you. What do?
Okay, so this is a very confusing situation for me because I thought that guy was dead. So, thought he was dead, and I thought that Exonius was dead, and I know my sister, fucking whatever, I'm gonna deal with that in a second. But this is very confusing to me, so I wanna, I'm taking a shot in the dark. I wanna maybe shake my confusion off by asking, what is going on? I have a riddle for you!
All right, do you have an inspiration point?
Shit, you calling in the glorp? That's all you had to say.
No,
Oh, we happy.
no, I don't.
Okay, it would increase your chances is all.
I know.
So confusing is his nature, and so confused are you. You know, you vibed with Glorp in a big way. And so, you know, there was a connection there that perhaps will have long-lasting implications. But in this case, Brunor, you know, Tynna called to the green lady. Why not Brunor call to the green blob?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the same 10% chance of divine intervention. Total rule break, but I fucking love the idea. 10% chance, same idea. Roll a D100, you get to tell me high or low.
Chaos, baby.
I want to say hi. I want to say hi, because, like, I'm high, so I'm going to try to roll
I'm high. All right. So you cast your riddle into the void of confusion. You know, your mind intent upon the plane of, oh, both of you guys.
God damn it!
Hey, same thing. You cast your riddle into the sky, a green glowing ball that extends into eternity. And for a moment you hear, I am Glorp! And then this little green ball starts coming back down. And once more, you see the Nightmare Shepard flips his wrist, and with the cat of nine tails at the end of his staff, eviscerates the energy. Your gods have no sway in my realm, mortals. I shall feed upon your nightmares. So unfortunately, Brunor, the divine intervention was not allowed. But you still have your full turn.
Cool. In that case, I'm gonna... What am I looking at here? Okay, so I have the breach. You know
Hydrate,
what?
guys. Hydrate.
Yeah. I'm going to... I'm gonna go fuck up my dad.
All right, you kind of walk through. I just want to see here. I think it's just pertaining to... Go ahead. Go ahead and move up to him and stuff. I'm just going to double check.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna say, I saw you die. And now I'm gonna see you die again. And I'm gonna point at him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so since he was wise enough to go into heavily... Oh my god! Ah! You crit with disadvantage! Ah! What the fuck is happening?
Like,
What is this?
I don't have enough weed for this.
Oh my god. I was about to say that even though Divot was wise enough to stay in the cloud, so he has heavy, obscure, you're gonna get disadvantage on your attacks. But then Brunor, you went and crit with disadvantage. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna be high, guys. These are the rules we play by. Oh, fiddlesticks. Shit's about to get real weird. All right, so Brunor, you smack Divot with a critical hit. Your first strike dealing 11 damage. Are you gonna mark him?
Yeah, you better believe your sweet buns I am.
Divot, you see as Angelo, Blade of the Keeper, the frayed, burning eyes, as she's just like, you're dead, I'm killing you again, She hacks away at you with this magical blade. It slices right through you. So, Divot, you have disadvantage on attacks against anybody but Brunor. If you attack somebody but Brunor, she gets a special attack against you. So, man, still with this. All right, so first 12 ACs, your second strike is going to miss. But Divot at 20 AC hits you, correct?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you had some kind of. It's Realis that's got the mirror images right now. So you take another 11.
Okay, so what is that total? I'm too high.
Let's see, you took 11 and 11, so just 22.
Just 22.
Just 22. Hey, Thoricus is hitting people for like 80. Be careful. The Stone Reaver's turn is coming up.
I learned it from you, Dad!
Papa hits hard.
And I'm just like, what?
All right.
What is the opposite of cha?
Nah. All right, so here's something kind of cool.
No.
The at the beginning of the Mesloth's turn, the little bug, you see this cloud of fog continues blowing away. Tynna, it is gonna blow onto you.
Great. Oh my god.
So you see it, but it's off of this group here. It moves 10 feet. No, you said you were in the corner, so I'm gonna be honest with you. You said you were kind of over here. So it just continues blowing back down the river that you guys walked up towards. That was something about the spell I didn't know either. It continues moving every round at the beginning of their turn. So you see the Mesloth, he's got that big trident. Oh, holy crap, what? Sweet. You see the Mesloth disappears for a moment, and then Tynna, you see, it appears right in the middle of its own cloud kill. It teleports. Cool thing that it does.
Okay.
It's also
That's good to
immune
know.
to poison, so this doesn't actually do much to it. Is it immune or resistant? It is immune. Yeah, so you see that the poison that would hurt you guys actually seems to protect this creature as it hides within it and teleports to the other side. It's gonna go ahead and hurl its trident over at you as well, Divot. It is heavily obscured, so it has disadvantage. If it wants the protection, it's gonna have to deal with it. So plus 7. 1825 AC, holy crap. And he throws it. It hits pretty hard. You take 7. Oh no, yes. You take 7 piercing damage. You see the little trident no longer in its hand. Just kind of sticks into your side, Divot. You're like, oh, this is not fun. And that's the Mesloth's turn. It's still concentrating on that, so it can't do a spell effect. And then you see the Nightmare Shepard like watching what's transpiring, and he laughs with glee. Yes, Thoricus, defend your homeland. And he kind of like holds his little like staff with the cat of nine tails end out, shakes at Thoricus. You see in your mind as one of your fellow, you kind of look to your side, and it's like a young Toko the Hatchet like running alongside you in this weird psychedelic vision you're having, and you see he runs up and starts fighting Beckus. Or no, it's Beckus. Why would I do that? I'm changing it right there, and it's better. It's Beckus running up to the shadow of Synthesis that you saw kill him the first time. It's like it was then. Perhaps this time you can save him before it's too late. You see as he strikes blows into the creature, and then this beast cries out as this rolling fog of a cloud of poison rolls away. Thoricus, Onyxheart, what do you do?
I just want to say thank you for connecting Daddy with my daddy issues. So that's fun. Let's go get it, Pops. So I'm still super confused, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, you're still under. So this is outside the realm of the spell confusion. This is like a Nightmare Shepard specific thing. But you're no longer. It's a lot easier to knock it out of now. Basically, you can break you can knock his concentration off now. You couldn't when those devils were in your brain.
Okay. How do I say this? It's like I'm confused. So would I know to want to shake it off, or?
I mean, it's what, like I said, it's like similarly to what Brunor, like yes, it is all very confusing, but the facts remain that like your father figure who you watched murder or blamed for and like have this like long-standing connection to is now battling like Sithis in front of you. So it's like that could take priority if you're thinking about it from a character standpoint. But if like Brunor, you want to try to channel and connect to Glorp or something like that, like sure, I would allow that.
No, I want to go kill shit with my dad.
We're doing karate in the garage.
We're fucking doing karate in the garage.
Let's go, son!
Let's fucking get.
All right.
And by the way, I'm not Thoricus right now. I am Majin. Go!
On account of the goo.
On account of the goo.
All right, Thoricus, go ahead and give it to me. So you're running up to the Sithis creature, which is, of course, we all know Divot.
No.
No. Who are you running up to?
No, I'm running up. You said Rial was Vegeta, right?
Rial is hidden, so you can't see him.
There's 4 of them, though, didn't you
Your
say?
passive perception is not high enough. You have the same issue that they have in attacking him right now. If your passive was high enough, you would spot him like hiding amongst the bushes.
Right, I did see him before.
Thoricus and is like.
But yeah, Tynna's the farthest away from you. You could probably get to her, like through just the, we're in like a dream and distance is the most important thing. Whatever you're doing, do it.
All right, well, I'm gonna go after Vegeta. So I saw him before, right?
You saw him run into the bushes, so you know about where he was at. You would have disadvantage on strikes against him. It's kind of like being invisible.
Right, so I want to go after Vegeta.
Cool.
Because, I got nothing against Lucille. Hey, things happen, whatever.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
I was gonna run up and beat Lucille. That'd be horrible.
People
like,
move
dang,
on.
he has a twisted history. So yes, so it's like I said, it's kind of like with something that's invisible. You know where he disappeared at. You just don't quite know where he's at. But you're like Link going through the bushes looking for rupees right now. Just cleave.
I'm just gonna fucking light that bush up.
that bush is just massively damaged right now. All right, with disadvantage, I think all 3 of those swings miss. You would do your bonus action attack, if we're being fair.
Oof.
And with disadvantage, that's a 1 shit crit. This is like a good shit crit. Weird, man. Weird.
Do any more of these?
Like, yeah, I rolled a 1. What a wild web we weave. All right, so Thoricus, you managed to just like run up it again, like so many links before you in rupee hunting. You massacre these lavender bushes, and you're just kind of swinging around like, where are you? And you're just like cutting around. You know he's in here, but old tricksy Vegeta Shalefist, of course, is evading your axe. Rial, you're just like. Just like curled up like an egg in this grass as you see Lucille, the Blightbringer, just flying through the grass around you. But yes, your illusions keep you safe.
Did you not mean to use Trusty Dusty?
I didn't. I hit the wrong.
I wondered.
I
thought you were just like.
God damn it!
Oh.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, you
it's
longbow.
fine. It happened. We'll roll with it, baby. Let's.
No, I want you to swing with your axe.
No. I'm totally happy that I missed my best friend, knowing, meta knowledge.
We'll count the bonus action strike because that would be that. So but give me 3 axe attacks.
No! Why did you say something?
Good catch.
I gotta respect the rules.
Like the kid in class who's like, oh, we actually had homework. Oh, I'm kidding. I love it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
Oh, okay. So with disadvantage,
I still hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but you have mirror image. So go ahead and cast mirror image for me real quick, Rial. I think it's like you have to roll a d20, and then if it's above a certain number, depending on how many illusions there are. This is kind of a cool picture, though. Like you see an illusion, and you're like, ha ha ha. All right. So each time a creature targets you during the spell, roll a d20. So you're gonna roll 3 d20 right now, Rial.
All right.
The first one you need a 6 or higher.
Thank God I brought those guys.
All right, so
13,
first
8,
one,
and 9.
The second one, it goes to 8 or higher, which you pass on the money, and the third one is 11 or higher, which so Thoricus, you whack-a-mole 2 of these illusions. You're pretty sure you're gonna just like end this stupid Beckus once and for all, and your axe unsatisfactorily just goes through an illusion. Your third strike, however, lands true, and you do 8 damage to you, Rial.
It's just whispered as the axe goes by, just like, best friend.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, for a second, it's like without these devils in your mind, it does shake you a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the saving throw now. Give me another DC 17 wisdom saving throw. Because again, you are actually attacking your best friend, not your worst enemy. But, wisdom, not the Stone Reaver's biggest thing. So yes, unfortunately, it's like you see him for a second, and then it shifts back to the face of Vegeta with one illusionary duplicate left sitting around him. You look over and you see the Nightmare Shepard kind of looking down upon the battle in front of him. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I just want to do something cool, and I want to make sure I can do it.
You're cool.
Okay, that's
I got him, you guys. I got him.
Got him.
Guys, we smoked so much weed today.
We have smoked so much weed
It's a
today.
Tuesday, a day of weed.
Thank you for reminding me. I was so high. I cleaned out my bowl, but then I never repacked it.
All right,
drink
he
some water,
has
too.
this, and he's gonna
Yes.
use it.
Good idea.
Also, I'm gonna smoke some weed.
All right, here we go.
It is
You do
Tuesday.
both at the
You
same
see,
time.
sitting in front of you.
The day
We're
of
gonna roll
weed.
this out. I'm gonna take off the blinder. You see the Nightmare Shepard's like, fools, this is my domain. And he raises his little, his cat o' nine tails staff, and you see for a moment it like morphs into a shepherd's crook. And he just kind of holds it out in front of him, and you see summoned from the darkness around him is 1d6 shadows. Oh, 2. Oh, yeah. He's like, my domain. Oh, shoot, I'm low on mana.
Just 2 guys. Hey.
I gave Robert the day off. I forgot about that.
It's Vix and Wedge. That's canon now. This is Vix and Wedge. You see the 2 knights that protect Sumner Milton pop up. Actually, they're gonna pop down here near the end of this bridge. But you see 2 shadows are summoned into the plight as the burning fire of the demon continues to laugh on. You see Greylend Ferragor like onlooking, and you just see all 5 of his heads that fade in and out of reality. It's like that one scene in The Matrix. You see he's just like, oh, see, action leads to suffering, the wrong decision, the wrong consequences, what to do. And you see him phasing all the way, and you watch as the Nightmare Shepard's crook just kind of reigns, and you see the pings of confusion echo in the 5 minds of Greylend Ferragor, the 2 shadows, and Thoricus and Brunor the Serpent. And that's where we're gonna pick it up after intermission, guys! Ho, 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 ho! Ooh, this fight has been just a treat.
Wow.
Holy crap, buds.
treat.
I love you guys so much. What a, whew, see, that's when you know the D&D is good, when you like, whew, boom. I got that. I got them shivers. Woo! All right, I got to get more water. We've smoked a lot. Like, we try not to make it the focus of our show in any way, but it needs to be said. We smoked a lot today. That was so many crits. We are going to be back. We do a 10-minute intermission, guys. This is so that we can refill our waters, because we all love to hydrate. Be sure you're hydrating at home. Drink fucking water. Get some of that. Get some of that good H2O. But at the end of our intermission, guys, there is so much beautiful art. I am going to be updating this soon. I swear we'll have a new one soon. It's just been a busy week, but soon we'll have a new one, because people have just continued sending in amazing art. It just sits on this table around me, and it's so beautiful. Check out the incredible art donated by all these, or submitted by all these incredible artists. Listen to the incredible music played at the volume that it should be appreciated by Sandy Stein, the guy that does all the music you hear on the show. One amazing guy created for this show. Incredible artist. Just listen to the music, look at the art, get some water, refill your bowls, and be back in 10 minutes, because this shit is crazy.
This shit crack.
Yeah, this shit crack.
Plenty of weed to smoke now. So much.
Oh yeah, I got more. welcome back, buds, to WeeDnD, the pot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. Holy shit, we have been we gotta write a letter to Roll20. Maybe their name isn't just like an illusion, but it's a direct, they're like, Roll20 a lot. Roll it a lot. Roll the 20s a lot tonight. And a couple ones, if I'm being honest. So we take hits on crits, both 20s and ones, and that has proven effective thus far. This might be the highest I've been coming out of intermission. I will not lie to you. All right, so this is basically what has occurred. We're in the nightmares of Greylend Ferragor, the Fellsworn King, and both Bruenor and Thoricus' minds were turned away from them, and they turned upon their allies, seeing these illusions from their past, their haunted, tortured souls of their memories. And in that moment, Bruenor screamed, "Stop fucking my sister!" and then ran across the bridge and started hacking away at Divot, who stood there rather surprised, as the coral strikes of her mark started cutting into his bones. And then Thoricus, seeing, Vegeta Shalefist, his longtime enemy, storms off into the grass with his axe and just starts cleaving away at great hues of lavender flowers as they puff up in the air around him. And then he starts seeing these illusionary duplicates from Rial's mirror image and whack-a-moles each one of them into the ground. Tynna standing as far away as she can while all this stuff occurs. The Mesloth now hiding in its own cloud of cloud kill, its own poison cloud. Greylend Ferragor still confused on the bridge. And the swarm of insects that Tynna had summoned currently stands kind of blocking the other side of the bridge, from the dark side crossing over. This big swarm of magical insects. You see at the end of his turn, the Nightmare Shepard, after having put up his crook and summoned the two shadows, he does use his movement to get out of those bugs. He's a smart cookie. So he does back up out of the area effect of the insect swarm, Tynna. Although Greylend is here, he's not, like I said, he's incorporeal. He's not really taking damage. But it is there preventing him from crossing the bridge, which is pretty sweet. The two shadows, you see the Nightmare Shepard's like, "That's enough. Too weak to kill even your own enemies. Strike my shadows." And you see the shadows attack each of the fighters. You see, boo-boo-boo, la-da-da-da. This is the song I sing when I look for the shadows attack. For the shadows attack. Look for the shadows attack. Here we go. They probably have to roll really hot. Actually, they did roll pretty hot. So the one on you, Thoricus, hits a... Where's my roll at? Sorry. Hits a 22 AC. 22! That's 2 2s. If that hits... Oh, there is no saving throw. All right. You, Thoricus, until you take a short rest, your strength is reduced by 4. You feel the stab of the shadow into your body as the great strength of your muscles is pulled away from you, as almost like this confusion attacking your best friend, fighting with Vegeta. All this stuff going on is actually racking your own, your spirit that is in this dream. You can feel that even in the faraway place where your physical body is, it's starting to wither, its strength being absorbed. So yeah, you take 9 necrotic damage, which are you resistant to necrotic? I can't remember.
There was something that I had that made me resistant to.
I think it was the dragon bone armor that you added.
The Sunday best.
Yeah, your Sunday's best. The White Ranger armor. So so you would only take 4 necrotic, but also you take 4 strength damage. So your strength is temporarily reduced by 4 until you've had this happen to you before. So you just need to finish a short or a long rest to get rid of it.
Those happen so often that shouldn't be a problem,
right? So, Bruenor, the one that's coming behind you, at 8 AC, your defense just too high. The Maiden's Board shield just deflects the shadowy pierce. You feel it behind you. Again, you guys have gotten pretty adept at fighting shadows. So, unfortunately, just the one is able to strike true on you, Thoricus. Thoricus, you do get to make a saving throw because... Wait, let me just double check.
I think you said I didn't.
Oh, no, it's just at the end of each of your turns. So... Thoricus and Bruenor both of you guys make me a DC 17 wisdom save. I'm so sorry. That should have happened at the end of your turn. Maybe it's the fact that we've smoked 400 million crit hits today. Sweet.
19.
Brunor, unfortunately your mark is still held. Like it doesn't. There's not a mechanic to drop your mark other than to mark something else.
Yeah.
So, Divot, you're still marked. You're still gonna only attack Brunor right now. Or you could give her a bonus action attack. Yeah, that's a weird mechanic, but you could attack something else. She would just get that weird bonus attack that I don't think she would use against you. Probably not. Maybe she would. Maybe she's having a day. So Brunor, you do break out of the confusion. Thoricus, you do not. That explains why the shadow is so easily able to pierce you and not you, Brunor. So Thoricus, you're still confused as the actual spell now that those devils are out of your mind. And that is the end of their turn. So at Thoricus at the top of the round, roll me 1d10.
1d10, just 1d10, what's gonna happen? 2!
2. All right. You don't move or you don't take any actions this turn, Thoricus. So that moment where Rial's face cut through as you were slashing, even at the illusion, seeing Rial's face, like it stops you for a moment. Like the reality of what's going on around you is just kind of like fogging your mind up. But yes, as per confusion, you do not act. You take no moves and no actions. You're just kind of standing there baffled.
Can it be like in Lil Nicky when Cassius is like, sleep? And he's like, you got it.
Yes. So yeah, you are completely the reality. You are completely confused. But it is your Brunor. Let's go to you. You're kind of standing there. You've got your wits about you again. You see the shadow standing in front of you. You see Divot. As the image of your father is peeled away. Divot's standing there like, oh man, and he's got a little coral on him. But you're back. Your mind is your own again. What do you do?
Oh, hey. Oh, brother, I am so sorry, bro. You look like my dad. I got mad about it. I tried to call the glorp, nothing happened. And while I'm talking, I swing backwards towards the shadow.
I just I'm super.
Okay.
Sesh 70, baby.
I'm gonna crit sip.
70 hits. For Sesh 70, we're taking 70 hits today. That's not a thing.
Okay. I'm gonna mark this guy instead.
All right. So you with your magical weapon, actually, Brunor, it just takes one. You with 16 damage, that's exactly how much health they have, and you have a magical weapon, so it cuts through any damage resistance that it may
excellent.
have. So what do you do to this shadow?
Well, it's while I'm apologizing, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. You look just like my dad, and I think I just have the rest of us, just unresolved issues. Maybe the real five is the dads that we had problems with along the way. And then I'm just swing and slash at this thing a few times and stab it while I'm apologizing.
Yeah, it's just continuously striking at you, and you're just and it's oh gosh. And with every move, the shadow spear goes past you, and then you just stab it back and cut it into pieces. The first shadow falls away.
Cool. And then I want to get the other one. I don't like that guy either.
Yeah, you see him kind of, stabbing into the back of Thoricus, draining the strength from him. You're like, no, he needs that.
His scrimp.
He needs it.
So shadows, I'm sorry, it's taking a little second. There we go. Shadows have a 12 armor class.
Well, ding dang doll, I got 13 out of 21.
Boom, nice. All right, so that's a total of 17 damage as well, which, as we just learned, class, is enough. Brunor, what do you do to this guy?
That's exactly what I do. So I stop him and I go, so I hope that's okay. And I go, wait, hold on a second. He needs that. No. And I start shanking this guy with the sword. See how you like it. See how you like it.
Huh? You like stabbing people? You like that?
And then while I'm yelling, I start going, I learned it from you, Dad. I learned it from you. I just start. I still haven't totally let go of that yet.
way too 70 strikes, you know, into the shadow's skin. You just kind of like let out this like cry of emotion as you stab even just the puddle of shadow goo in the ground into smaller puddles of shadow goo, and then you finally chop it, and then you finally dice it like it's an onion, and you're preparing an omelet.
Yes.
And it's gone. Nice,
It's all
Brunor.
about the accoutrement.
Now,
Trauma.
Thoricus, unfortunately, your strength doesn't come back. You still are down 4 strength. So -2 to your damage and attacks until you short or long rest. Probably short rest, but we'll see.
I just
Alright.
changed my strength modifier to 16. That way it just auto goes into all the rolls and stuff, right?
Yeah, you could do that. Just remind yourself to turn it back.
Oh, no. I'm not good about that.
I'll remind you, buddy.
He's like, trust me, I'll remember. Yeah, players never seem to forget those ones, but it's like, oh, I forgot to reduce my temporary HP. No, I speak of myself. That is not an accusation to any of my players. You guys are amazing.
You
All right, so that's our fighters have gone with their minds back. Well, Thoricus is actually still confused, but with Brunor's mind back, she has dispatched the shadows summoned by the Nightmare Shepard, who now sits, across the bridge beyond the insects, and that's up. So Rial, Tynna, Divot, whoever wants to go next, go ahead and hop in.
If I can just real quick deal with something with Brunor. Where did you mark me? Is that like a physical thing?
Shaw, so it's just where I sliced you right there, and I kind of poke. There's like coral. You see the
Okay.
coral? Yeah.
All right, so for my turn, I want to look at that, and I want to just try to pull that part of my body off and drop it on the ground. Like, ugh. And like, it'll hurt, but it'll get this shit off me.
It's true. Divot, you being a revenant, you're just kind of like, again, it's like the conditions have shifted. I'm cool with that because it's like her mark wouldn't be on you as not an enemy anymore, kind of a thing. So yeah, just for like narrative effect, you see like a couple of your exposed ribs, like 3 of them have been slashed through. There's a little bit of coral, and you're just like blink, 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 and just like break 3 ribs off, through your exposed skin, and just kind of toss them on the ground.
Yeah. Nice. Gross. Cool.
So I'm not marked anymore, right?
Correct.
No,
you're
you're
not
good.
subject to
You're good.
Brunor's mark.
Okay. Can I still make an attack?
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Yeah, that
then,
was like a narrative way to be like, Brunor's mark wouldn't be on you now that she's not brainwashed anymore.
I just look at Bruno and I'm like, don't worry about it. And then my eyes shift over to the Nightmare King, and I was like, hey, I don't sleep, so I guess I'll see you in hell. And then I Eldritch blasted.
Oh, where I actually live in hell. Like, where do you want to meet? That would be like, I'm coming to Vegas. I'll see you there.
He's literally from hell. I'm sorry, that tickled me.
Yeah, baby.
Are you guys trying to just beat the DM? Like, crowd control on Bam.
Look at this
Yeah, what's
guy.
up, hacks? Where do you download your hacks? Holy Christmas. And you get one more beam as well. Don't forget, you get 3. And don't crit on it.
If he gets another crit, I swear to God.
I swear to God. It was on that 20 for a second, though. All right, Dive.
Did all 3 of those
I
hit?
joined my hand, I didn't even realize. All right. All 3 of those hit.
Okay, and he's still marked.
Yeah, so 3d6
hex,
more
I mean-
damage.
Hexed. Yeah.
All right. Damn. All right, so 18 plus 17 is 35. You don't get the crit on the second hit there, so 35 plus 9 is 44. And 7 is 51 damage. You see these 3 beams, kind of shoot through this void of insects, and they all move out of the way as the beam shoots through and then close back up behind it. All 3 of your Eldritch Blasts land directly on the searing rune that you've emblazoned on his chest. Then you can see the magic bites in even further, dealing additional damage. So sweet, yeah, 51 damage. He is bleeding. You see his blue-black blood that bugs. What is it? Big black big black bugs bleed blue bugs bleed black blood. So do devils. So you see black blood coming out, and it is bleeding, which is it's halfway down. And dude, friggin' hey, David, you got anything else? Or just 51 damage?
No, then I kind of just take one step so that Bruno is between me and this guy.
Nice. Now just realize like it's like there is the Mezzoloth still in that poison cloud nearby, so you would be getting probably a little closer to that.
Yeah, fuck that bug.
Cool. All right, so that's Rial. What do? You've got Thoricus kind of hatcheting away at you. You know, you're moving around, but there's only so much grass left to hide behind. You know, it's like he's gonna get to you anytime. He's already crashed 2 of your illusionary duplicates. What do you do?
Exactly, and I've got the one mirror Rial left. My question for you, real fast, is: would a disengage be required since he's kind of like?
He is right on top of you, yeah. I would say so. A disengage there to not get 1 AOO, you know, which might knock out your last illusion. So it's like you can make the call there. But I would say you would have to disengage because he's a very proficient fighter.
I just imagined he's like stunned, and if I tried to not disengage, like one arm just be like a twitch. Yeah. But no worries. I want to do a disengage and move away from Thoricus because you know I know the pain he can bring. If I can put some flair to it, since I have 1 mirror image left, you know how like when you do like the mirror image together, like if we both zigzag, like X pattern cross him to get out of the way.
Dope. Yeah, you can totally do that. So yeah, you know, kind of cross in front of yourself, manipulating the illusion magics. As an arcane trickster, you know, you have a finesse with the style of magic. You jump past, you know, you see he kind of like swings at both of you, but is like torn between which one and allows you to get past thanks to your disengage. What else you do?
Now that this guy, like you were saying with us kind of having like, you know, a Bane or Boon kind of cover with the cloud kill, he's out of the insect cloud, so now I can pop a hopefully better shot off at him, the Nightmare Shepard. He's my sworn enemy after all.
True that.
Fuck that guy.
Swift death to my enemies. Oof.
Oh no, not this time.
It's, you know, honestly, Rial, the power of these bow strikes, like the magic nature, that extra 3d6 damage, you know what I mean? It's like, it's such raw energy. You're just not, it's like firing a cannon. You're just not used to the way that this bow acts quite yet. And so it's like you draw the string back and the tremendous power just, you know, it shoots, it almost takes out a tree behind him. You know, you can see with such force, but it is a little harder to aim and you haven't quite got the finesse of it down yet.
And I feel like I'm already emotionally and physically hurt. It's got like a big axe gash from my best friend, and I am kind of. I feel like since he's my sworn enemy, my wits aren't quite as about me, so it's almost kind of like that, like just trying to get him and missing because I'm a little unfocused.
Hard to shoot when you're like. The Onyxheart is like right there. Like your back is kind of to him, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, a bunch of axe strikes in the back would really not be great. He's kind of like half laying in the flower bush, just like. So yes, unfortunately the arrow soars through and splits a tree in twain, but does not strike the.
You still getting me in twain. The sweetest DM.
All right, Rial, if that's the end of your turn, it would be Tynna.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop my concentration on the insect plague. I'm gonna let them sort of flitter back and become camouflaged in the trees once again. You mentioned that this Nightmare King is non-corporeal. Did I hear that right?
So I'm sorry, just to clarify. So he is corporeal. It is Greylend Ferragor, the king in the middle of the bridge, that is incorporeal. He's not fighting you guys. He's the Fellsworn King, the guy whose brain you're in right now. But the Nightmare Shepard, the devil on the other side of the bridge, he is you can see him currently.
Oh, okay, cool. But I can target the king, though, correct?
Yeah, you could. You're not really sure what that effect would be like. You know, like you're not quite. Again, you're like in his dream, and is this really him, or is this a mental projection of himself within his own dreams? You know, there are sages that might be able to answer that question, but you guys are not. You know, that's old magic kind of stuff. The scroll that brought you here, the guy that wrote that scroll would probably be like, "Oh yeah, blah, 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 blah," and giving you the exact right answer.
Okay. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bonus action, and I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word. I can do that on myself, right?
Yeah, that hits everybody in the effect. So go ahead and hit me with the effect. Again, remember you are a life cleric, so you get the extra healing from your. It's like 2 or 3 plus the spells level.
Yeah, 2 plus the spells level.
And then you also,
and
it's like when you heal
burn
people.
that at a 4th level slot. Big
heal, yeah.
Ooh,
but the rolls were not the best.
No.
So cool. So is it normally a 3rd level spell? Did you upcast it?
It is a 3rd level spell.
Okay, so you do get the 2 additional healing, so that's 9. Since you cast it as a 4, that's 6 more, so 15 healing for everybody.
Okay.
oh hell yeah. Heal yeah.
Up to 6 creatures that you can see within range. So that includes all of you
Naomi.
and yourself. And remember, Tynna, when you heal other people, you also get healed. There's that you have that other ability. So it's like you'll get the healing from that, and you'll also get that little kickback from healing other people.
I forget what it is. I think it's
Was it the ring?
4. I know the periapt. Yeah, maybe it is, or that helps me stabilize if I am at 0.
Yeah, the periapt
No, that's
health.
right. Yeah.
The Ring of Benevolence? Let me see. I've got that right here.
Thank you. I have it in my notes, but it's way back.
Yeah. No, I think I have it like right here. Nope, I'm scrolled way higher than I thought I was.
A.
Nice.
Oh, I'm in like Hiccup and Doink. Oh, that's fun.
Aw, doink.
All right, well, it's not right here. We can look that up at another time.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so in fact, I think because you targeted yourself, you might not be susceptible to it this round, but I'm not positive. It would be in your character stuff.
Yeah, we can handle that later.
So cool. But everybody else, you all get 15 back. Nice.
Cool. Well, in that case, the Nightmare Shepard, I want to hit him with a Sacred Flame. I believe he should be in range, but if not, I can move closer.
Yeah. You also just to remind everybody, because I know it's a little easy to forget because he's at the bottom. There is that Mezloth in this poison cloud here at the bottom too.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'd like to target the Mezloth in the poison cloud. Please.
Okay, so he does again, like we said, he's heavily obscured, so you would have disadvantage.
Okay, I don't want to go in the poison cloud. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Let's go in there with that bug demon.
I'm gonna just still target the Nightmare Shepard.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
No disadvantage on that. Let me double check his. Yeah, no vulnerabilities.
Go.
Hey, nice. Good damage on that. So DC 16 dex save. Now this is save or suck. I'm sorry. If he saves, he takes nothing. If he passes, if he fails, he takes all of it. So let me look at what his. It's a dex save. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
He gets +2 to this. DC 16. Oh, he just passed. You see again as you shoot the beam, he bats it away. Radiant light has no place in your nightmares. And bats it away.
Man, tough crown. Okay. Well, that's all I got.
Like, stop batting all my holy balls away.
I know. Stop touching my balls like that, bro.
All right, you see the Mezloth goes. He's gonna basically do a similar one. Well, it doesn't have it anymore, so it's gonna do 2. Sorry, I'm just checking this. All right, yeah. So he's just gonna come out to you, Tynna. He just kind of like shoots out of this poison. You see a thrashing flurry of claws as he attacks you twice. We've got you rolled a 3 on the first one and a 10 on the second, which is a 17 AC. Does that hit?
Never.
18, baby.
That +1 ring of protection comes in handy as you see the claws strike. Now he's going to attempt to retreat back into the cloud, like it's safer for him in there, which means you get an attack of opportunity with him with your weapon.
Ooh, Mason.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take that.
You have an 18 armor class.
What'd you say?
You have an 18 armor class, so you got an AC 18.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take a swing with my mace at him.
You know, it glows with radiant energy now. You know, all your strikes with weapons have that little radiant burn. But it's just too fast. It kind of, you see you swing, and as you swing, the cloud just covers him back up, and he retreats back inside. Wasn't able to strike you, but you also weren't able to strike him back.
Okay. Wait, don't I get a little bit of extra divine strike juiciness to that?
I think it's just damage, so you would have to hit him first, and unfortunately the hit didn't hit him.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's his turn, though. He used everything and really didn't get much out of it. The Nightmare Shepard is up, and let's see. It has worked so well before. All right, so he's going to... Sorry, let me just double check to make sure. Ends the spell.
Don't do it.
No.
All right.
How about not? What about that?
I'm just considering who he would choose here. All right.
Nose goes.
Not me again.
Don't you have to have a nose, Divot?
Oh.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
It's rigged.
Dang.
Damn.
Gosh, you know what though? It's one of those cases. Oh shoot, I forgot to use his legendary action at the end of your last turn. Oh well, that was bad on my part. Yeah, right. It's only fair that if I made Thoricus reroll him, it's like, yeah, well, I did that. All right, so he's gonna go ahead and use that dope, his little cat o' nine tails staff. You see, he brings it out and he shoots 2 bolts. One of them will be you, Divot. The other one will be you, Tynna. You know, after you just shot that holy light at him, you see he bombards you back. Sorry, I have so many tabs. There we go. So +8 to 2 swings. We'll do Divot first. 27 AC. And then Tynna, 16 AC.
Oh, nice. Does not hit.
Divot, you take... you take 11 bludgeoning and then 26 psychic damage as you see the rack of the cat of nine tails shoots at you. So yeah, you take a total of 37. You see it blasts into you and you hear it shoot you in the mind. Now, this dude ain't no fool. You see that he kind of like considers his position and he's gonna go ahead and retreat. You see, he's like,
You damned warriors, have your king. Enjoy your abyss, for you shall never be free of this dream.
and you see he teleports away. The Bezelov is still there, though. He just bailed on his homie. So you see this little bug demon is like just in this little cloud of poison, but he's been abandoned.
Fun fact for that guy, he's gonna die in 7 days anyway, so see ya, buddy.
He'll just be like, it'll be like David Carradine at the end of Kill Bill. He'll be like, and just take a step, fall over.
Etymology. That's
All right. So the Nightmare Shepard has left. Again, we are still in initiative. There's this little bug here to deal with, but it is your guys' turn. So what do?
Did he take his hex with him when he left?
You know, he actually did. And it's like he technically has to die, so he took it with him when he left.
Well,
Now you could cast Hex again, but it would cost the spell slot. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's totally a dick. He took it with him.
My spell.
no. What a jerk. What a real American jerk. Okay, can I walk up to...
Yeah, so he's surrounded, like, again, he's in this big poison cloud. Just for ease of purpose, I'm just going to move this thing, like, here. So he's in, like, a little cloud of poison.
Well, what I want to do is I want to, like, appeal to Greylend and try to, like, help focus him and be like, speak to him like, Greylend Ferragor, get your head in the game. We have to get this guy, and, like, trying to get him to go get the insect.
All right, give me
to kill him.
That would be a charisma check. You're trying to, like, persuade him. You're trying to, like, break through some of his. Again, the 5 minds. Now, you know, Brunor, you have advantage on this because you've connected through the royal lineage thing with him. That was last episode. It still has merit now. One of the minds already, like, as you start walking up, turns to look at you, but there's the other fragmented minds behind that you have to win their influence. So, give me actually, go and do a perception. Sorry, she would have advantage, but do a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion.
It was my fault. I said charisma first, but it's a charisma-based skill. Oh my god! What a fucking game! 77 in. WeeD&D, 100 episodes, 10 seasons. We're going on an adventure. All right. Oh my god. Brunor, you kind of walk up and you reach out to the mind of the one that you've connected with, and you see for a moment he actually is able to take control of the body, rather than split between the other ones. And you see his, purple leathered hand that goes up to these tight black riding gloves, of just beautiful design. You see he reaches out with the hand of Greylend, and he kind of like offers like the warrior handshake to you, like he's reaching out to you to like help pull him from this chaos.
Yeah, I take it. I take that hand, of course I do.
And as you pull, you feel 5 bodies pulling against you and 1 pulling toward you. Brunor, as you look behind you, you can't help but lock eyes with Thoricus. You're basically in a bit of a tug of war between the 5 souls inside him pulling away and the one that is letting you pull him out. So Thoricus, you see Brunor's like starting to get pulled forward. Do you want to aid her in this little tug of war? Or do you want to deal with the bug? I want to extend the same forearm, the same type of handshake.
We're doing this. We're gonna do this.
I have a question. Am I still confused, or did he take his confusion?
Oh yeah, you are still confused. Oh no, he's gone. No, he had to teleport, so he would have had to drop. Boom. He dropped his concentration. Thank you. I wonder why. So yes, he lost his concentration, and you are no longer confused. But you are a little confused. Like, what the fuck? What?
Right?
Fuck?
I mean, that's kind of normal for me, though.
But yeah, you do see Brunor as these other Greylends start kind of pulling back. It's like they're trying to retreat to the dark side of this forest, to indecision and fear. And you see Brunor kind of literally a physical manifest, it's still kind of a dream vision, like trying to pull him back toward the light. But Brunor, by being so connected to him, is starting to be drug away. What do you do?
Well, fucking yeah, double predator.
You hear the heavy thud of the 2 arms of yours connecting. Now, Thoricus, you're not quite as strong as usual, but even still, you're stronger than most people, even with 4 less strength. But you do feel like, again, it's 5 people pulling against you with pretty strong strength as well. You've kind of stopped. Your feet are kind of starting to drag across the bridge, but super slowly. The 2 combined strength of your 2 warriors are seemingly almost just enough to start pulling this way, but they are still outmatched. Rial, you kind of look over your shoulder to see this happening. What do you do?
Oh man, can I play?
Yeah.
With where I'm at, I'm gonna hop on the little bridgey boy here, and then hop in front of King Ferragor, and also like grab the same arm, like tugging together next to Brunor.
Nice.
But based off of what got us here through the ritual, we each have like an element about us that was able to allow us into this man's subconscious. Mm-hmm. So I want to just really grab him and look at him. I'm like, Your major domo has told the best tales of you, of what an incredible king you were. A fair king. A king who abided by fairness, and oftentimes the ones who try to be fair have the most regrets. But you need not have none, fair king.
You know, you see the energy of the word which connected your magic to this place and allowed you to dive into his mind. Rial, as you're holding onto one of the arms of Greylend, you see one of the faces shifts back and a second arm extends out. And now you are holding onto an arm, and then Brunor and Thoricus are holding onto another one. But it's like these 5 visions. You guys now have sway over 2 of them. You see the feet of your warriors as the toes of the strong, you know, Brunor and Thoricus both kind of engage into the bridge, and you see them start pulling back. The combined strength of the 3 of you now pulling Greylend further and further in toward the light. The Mezzaloth just kind of humming behind your back. Divot, what do you do?
I see that happening, and I see that there's the main Greylend they're pulling on, and then the other ones. And I want to use my mage hand to face smack the other ones. Like,
just like give one. You kind of go back and you see, you know, the 3 that are phasing behind you. Slap one of them to attention a little bit. You see, for a brief moment, it phases out and then continues on. You see, you guys are continuing to pull him. You're now beyond the midway threshold. Tynna, you see, you know, Divot affecting the spiritual minds behind him. The 3 of your allies pulling on this soul toward the light side. The Mezzaloth still burning in this little poison cloud. What do you do?
I'd like to try to affect the king as well. Will it? Can I touch him without being harmed, like the others?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, then Tynna's gonna go. She's gonna be like, "You are a fair and great king. It's vulnerability that gives us love in these situations, and that's how you can guide your people."
The warm light of the ring of benevolence, you know, as you kind of step into the area, starts to spill over him, and you see the fragmented minds all kind of like, and you all feel like almost like if somebody cuts the tension on a rope, and you're all like, whoa, and you all just kind of fall back as Greylend comes into life. Now, standing before you is the true Griever King, the likes of which you have yet seen as you've looked upon this tortured soul. But burning in his eyes is a sagely wisdom connected to an ancient knowledge of many different planes. He stands, you know, tall. He's got a slight build, but he's brimming with demonic and holy energy in the same thing. He is connected to both demon and angel, and so is called the Lord of Light and Shadow. And as the frailness of the sickness fades from his skin, and you see he's got this like opalescent skin, he just kind of looks like the chiseled outline of a hero of destiny. You know, the sword at his side that he finally sets to the side. You see it hums with a speed of its own. It's like it's a haste blade, is one of many weapons that he wields. But you see, you know, as in this moment, like this withered and frail soul kind of stands up. It kind of looks like Alucard, let's not lie. And he stands up, shoulders back, and you see he like looks upon you all, and he's like, yes. He like considers his dream, and you hear this like bzzz, and you see he looks over, and there's the Mezzaloth still just like in this cloud. And you see he holds his hand out and just shoots these pulsating beams of light, and the cloud and the demon are both just destroyed and blown away. You see as he kind of, you're all kind of still a little bit on the ground from having fallen down. You see as he kind of parts the path between you guys, and he walks up, you know, almost looking down on you a bit like a holy figure in this moment. You know, the shining light of both light and the deep denseness of shadow present in the magical energy that just hums around him as he sheaths his blade and steps over you all. You see he takes his pale hands, you know, and pulls off his black riding gloves. You see he's got like, you know, different rings and stuff that come off as he pulls it off, of magical nature, surely. And he waves his hands around. And his eyes go white for a moment. The fractionated ones. You see he holds his hand out. And he puts his hand up, and Rial, you see as, he kind of like traces the outline of your figure with his face. The fractionated energy. The ritual complete. You see his hand passes over to Thoricus Onyxheart. The fractionation ritual. The ritual was not complete. He turns and he looks at you, Tynna. The fractionation ritual was complete. He pulls his hand away. He turns to you, Divot. He holds his hand up. And then he looks back at Tynna. Or perhaps it wasn't. He walks up to you, Brunor, and he offers his hand down to you. And you. Oh, you. And he reaches his hand out and offers to lift you up from the ground.
I take it.
You understand the depths of leadership, the madness it can bring.
And then with his other hand, as he raises you up,
The fractionation ritual was complete.
looks around at the five of you.
It would appear that synthesis is already 2 steps ahead of us.
Divot.
Tynna,
Come here. And he reaches both his hands out. You see the swirling mists and the lavender light as kind of the field of darkness, as if in a dream, starts stretching farther and farther away as you guys now glow kind of in this beautiful light area, the trickling river of magic at your feet. You know, this booming legendary figure standing before you. But he reaches out to take the hands of both Divot and Tynna. What do you do?
I take his hand.
Tynna, you take the hand that still has the leather glove affixed to it, and you see there's this strange energy that starts swirling about in your spirit. And you see it channeled through Greylend Ferragor like a conduit. And as he reaches out with the other hand, he reaches to you, Divot. What do you do?
I take his hand, but kind of reluctantly.
You know, for the second time, almost like the ritual that brought you here in the first place, you connect as a final connection point in the magic, and you feel this arcing current that flows between both you and Tynna, who now stands so diametrically opposed in the waves of life and death. But as this current runs through you, you realize that it is not just simply a familial link that it garners the bond between you both. And perhaps the reason that bond has never been allowed to grow is that is not the nature of your reality. And for a brief moment, as you both look into the magic that is created in this arcwave between you, Greylend Ferragor, and each other, you suddenly all go back to a shared vision of a crying baby. Just crying in this small crib that's laid down on a simple inn bedroom, you know, swathed in little tarps and everything, and stuffed into a little basket. And you see standing over this baby a crying woman, Tynna, your mother, Maya Smoothhands. And she's crying, "No, Shred, I won't let you do it. Shred, don't!" You see stepping out of the shadows, puffing on his pipe. "I said we'll do it. I don't care the price. Fuck this child. I want power." And he draws and he exhales smoke. You see the outline of the shadowy form of Synthesis and Auntie Agatha sitting there. And you see both of them reaching for this baby. In a moment, you're both kicked out. And you realize what may have happened. You're sitting there. You see Greylend stops and he looks at you all. "I realize this may be confusing to you. Perhaps unacceptable. But none of you are what you think you are. You are but a piece in a greater puzzle.
I did not lay the pieces, but I am starting to see how they've been lain.
He looks around. We can do nothing, trapped in here. How did you get in? I thought I would be trapped within this nightmare forever, the shepherd beating at my backside, driving me through indecision and fear. But you came. How?
Summoner Milton had been studying every arcane tome available to him. He found something he wasn't able to complete, but we were.
You see, he laughs. Again, something, when you think of legends, it's like the idea of the guy that killed the god Bane laughing strikes you kind of suddenly as he... that old man sees to every detail. I would be lost without him. And he kind of looks at you for a little bit, Rial, and you see him, there's just this all-knowingness to this, the wisdom of this guy, and he's like, and I can see you feel the same. Best we prove him right, then.
He's expecting us.
I offer my spirit to you, to be raised from this place. I am at your mercy. So basically, he's like, you guys know how to get out of here, I don't. And so, it's basically, Rial, you're kind of like, okay, well, the ritual worked this way. It's like, perhaps that would be the way that it would work to get you out as well.
Yeah, guys, put your clothes on backwards. We're gonna try this the other way. Do you think that would just be an Arcana check?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. Remember, there was kind of like a special boon thing that would happen if you attune to the old magic the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Rial. You call upon the old magic, and there's just, again, this kind of just mixed with the arterial magics of both demon, devil, the dreamscape, the old magic ritual that brought you here, the magics of Divot, the plane of death, the magics of the Green Lady and that of life, the swirling magic of the mind itself. And so you're drawing from all kinds of places, and in a moment, you also become aware of a memory that is not your own. You see the kingdom of Elmira. You were recently there, and this picture materializes much to the same point in your own mind as you kind of start moving through the sunken city. Back when in its glory days, the Pearl Tower still standing, the walls unbroken, no sign of the treachery of Exonius and the stench of Sithis, but the beautiful kingdom in its full glory. As you kind of are pulled through this royal chamber, and you hear the same thing, this crying baby, and you kind of hurl through, and you see sitting there crying in this little swathed in this little basket, laying on the ground in this underwater kingdom. You see the king of Elmira, Brunor's father, almost strikingly matching the position of Shren in the other vision. You see him sitting there smoking on some seaweed, puffing away. You hear the queen herself, "No, please, you can't do this. The curse is too strong." He's like, "I cannot. I need the power. All right, bro." And then you see he signs the contract, exhales a cloud of smoke, and once more you see the menacing hands of Anti-Agatha, Sithis, in this case Ergon the Archmagus, and the shining greedy eyes of the king of Elmira kind of reaching down toward this baby. And you see the fractionation magics pull this baby into two forms. Brunor, little baby Brunor, and little baby Ulara. The striking red hair and the striking green hair betrays their identities. But Rial, you see now that Brunor is in fact, similarly to how you were created from a fractionation ritual of Sithis, so too was Brunor created by a fractionation ritual with the baby Ulara.
Ew. No.
And that's where we're gonna pick it up next time, guys.
Oh my god.
Oh man, sorry guys. We are running on a little bit of a timeline here tonight. Ooh, holy shit. I just wanted to plant those little egg bombs in their minds and let them sit on it for a week. I guarantee you I'm going to get all kinds of questions throughout the week. And those are, as a DM, those are some of your favorites. But yeah, interesting. That's weird. I wonder what that means. Oh my God, guys. Seriously, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks to my 5 favorite human beings in the entire world for playing my favorite game, my favorite way. It is a treat to do this with you guys every single week, honestly, and I'm serious. I'm a glow right now. I'm thrilled. This is always that good D&D, and we do it every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific here on Twitch at the Art Heart Studios channel. We then will upload this in the re-up 420 on Fridays to our YouTube. Come hang out with us. Come to the Discord. Come meet all these awesome buds. This community is full of some of the most amazing people. We are so blessed. People, other shows, the people that interact with our community are always quick to mention how amazing the buds are, how wonderful and welcoming, and it's like, dude, that is the best thing I've ever heard. In a place like the internet, there are far too few of those, so let's keep being awesome. If you want to hang out and be awesome, come fucking kick it with us every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific here on Twitch. We do have us a little ritual that we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter, like this little orange one here. I'm in an autumn mood. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire and go. Lighters up. Ooh, damn, that was some good D&D. Thanks for playing with us, guys. We fucking love you.
Nice bunch of weed, though, too. Ooh.
Yo, we smoked a lot.
Are you sure
like
we
for a
didn't
shorter
smoke?
episode, I think this was like almost like Christmas last year. This was obscene.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was insane.
I love it. I fucking love this shit.
Wow, y'all.